lost in the Lone Star land, with boots on my feet and dreams in my hand. A little sassy but a whole lot of grace. You'll see that fire when you look in my face. I'm a Texas girl with a heart so wide, family and friends always by my side. From the crack of dawn to the stars at night, I keep it real, keep my soul burning bright. Barbecue smoke, Friday night lights, cheering for the Astros under Texas skies. A little bit stubborn, a whole lot of charm. This big old heart will keep you warm. I'm a Texas girl with a heart so wide, family and friends always by my side. From the crack of dawn to the stars at night, I keep it real, keep my soul burning bright. Barbecue smoke, Friday night lights, cheering for the Astros under Texas skies. A little bit stubborn, a whole lot of charm. This big old heart will keep you warm. I'm a Texas girl with a heart so wide, family and friends always by my side. From the crack of dawn to the stars at night, I keep it real, keep my soul burning bright. From the bluebonnet fields to the city streets, every step I take feels like home to me. With a little sass and a lot of pride, this Texas girl's got nothing to hide. I'm a Texas girl with a heart so wide, family and friends always by my side. From the crack of dawn to the stars at night, I keep it real, keep my soul burning bright.
Gummy shoe prints, laid them down the street. Chocolate wrappers hiding secrets sweet. They don't miss a beat, they've got a knack. With licorice ropes pulling answers back. Twist the wrapper to reveal the truth. A sticky web spun by a candy sloop. No sour lies can escape the grip. These lollipops always crack the whip.
Sebastian, sweet boy, where have you gone? The sun sets low, but we keep marching on. The wind whispers your name soft through the pines, a melody aching in these hearts of mine. Roads are endless, the nights are cold, but your story's a light we'll never let go. Where are you, sweet boy Sebastian? We're searching the hills, the rivers, the plains. You deserve better, oh, you deserve better. And your army is fighting through heartache and pain. Your laughter once rang like bells through the air. Now silence just lingers, it's more than we can bear. We carry your memory, a flag in our hands. Through shadows and valleys, through shifting sands. The road roads are endless, the nights are cold, but your story's a light, we'll never let go. Where are you, sweet boy Sebastian? We're searching the hills, the rivers, the plains. You deserve better, oh you deserve better. And your army is fighting through heartache and pain. Your laughter once rang through heartache and pain.
Well, hello, my friends. Hope everybody is having a good day today. Welcome, welcome, and thank you all for being here. Hello, Miss Rhonda. Hello, Daisy. And lovable Mama Bear. She said, "Hi, Lolly. I'm so happy that you are on. I love listening to you. You always have something good to say. I hope you have a blessed day." Love and prayers to all. How sweet. Thank you, lovable Mama Bear. That was so sweet. Me and you. Hello, Miss Kathy. Let's see who else we got in here. Lori. Hello. TJ. Hope you're feeling better, TJ. Hello, Jacqueline. Thanks for being here. Let's see who else we got in here with us. Lisa King. Hello, darling. And Miss Fran, how you doing? Let's see who else we got. Charlene, how you doing? Texas Plain Jane. Hello, my friend. Narita, hello. Always good to have you with us. And Teresa, good having you. She said, "I'm a proud member of the boring crew." Did y'all like my thumbnail today? Let's be boring, shall we? It's sad when they think we're boring. Oh, goodness. Gypsy says, "Listening while chasing a 19-month-old." Well, hello, Gypsy. Oh, girl. And Miss Patty, hello there. Always good to have our friend Bo with us. Cecilia, hello. Rita Bell, hello, darling. Good to have you. Hey, Mama. Hope all is well for you. All right, guys. Well, welcome to everybody. Hey, Mystery Skies, listening from the bushes. Well, thank you for listening. We appreciate you so, so much. I appreciate each and all of you for being here, even those in the bushes and on replay. Thank y'all so much for supporting us here. Hey, GA, how you doing? We are Sebastian's Army. That is right. We are. This young man, I don't even think realizes that he has his very own army. An army of people who will not give up on him, will not until the day he is found and something is done. Before we get started, guys, we've got a couple of prayer requests that I want to ask y'all to please keep on your prayer list. Mr. and Miss E, middle E, they did not get great news. We know that he had just battled with cancer not very long ago, had just gotten cleared from all that, started having some more issues. I do not know what it is. I do not know the details. I just know that they said it was not the news they were hoping for. So they are going to be going back to their doctor for a plan of action. So please keep them in your prayers. They are the sweetest, most beautiful family, and just keep them in your prayers. They really need it. And if you would keep my daughter-in-law, her family in your prayer. We just got word that her grandmother, her dad's mother, had passed away today. And so with that, if you would keep the family in your prayer, because it's never easy losing someone you love. Look at all those orange hearts for Middle E. That's amazing. I love it. Thank y'all. Thank you for allowing me to come on this platform and ask for prayer. There's a lot of places that you can't just do that. And I'm so proud to have a group of people here that I know when I ask, hey, this person needs prayers, you guys got them. So thank you for that. I appreciate y'all so much. I woke up this morning to my whole face hurting with sinus pain. So if I sound a little stiff, I don't know how to say it, but my whole face hurts and it's sinus pressure. That's all there is to it. My eyes are all puffy. So I'm going to make it through this live and we'll do just fine being the boring kind of people we are. So I had to just take a little dig in on that comment that I heard. Looky there, all those prayer hands. Y'all are amazing. Y'all are amazing. Well, oh man, I tell you, my nose has been running and running and running for weeks now. I've been blowing my nose. Today I woke up and my nose is not running, and it's like my cheeks hurt, my eyes hurt, my forehead, even down into almost into my jaw, but all that whole part of the front of my face just hurts. But it's all just sinus pressure, and I'll make it through. I learned a long time ago, because I get this a lot, or I used to, and I found out that if I wrap a heating pad around my face and get it all good and hot, they say that the heat expands your blood vessels, and that's not great. But at the same time, it opens up your sinuses. So it's kind of a no-win, but it does kind of relieve it some. So yes, Miss Kathy, thank you for saying that. If anybody has a birthday, please let us know, because we got a birthday song just for you. I know I should have been. But all my stuff is in storage, and it's crazy because things I would normally do, I can't just do because I have to go buy all new stuff. It's crazy. Yes, I have. I've used some, my granny was a big Vicks salve person. She called it her Vicks salve. And she would always rub it on our heads and the bottom of our feet when we were little, had stuffy noses. But yeah, I got that from her. One time my husband was working on the car. She had come over for some coffee, and he came in, sat down, was drinking coffee, and she told him, she said, "So what's wrong with the car?" And he said, "Well, my truck's acting up and I can't quite figure it out." She said, "Maybe if you use some Vicks salve in there, it might get things moving." She would sit down and pet my dog, and if my dog ever sneezed, She was getting her little tin of Vicks salve out of her purse, got a finger scoop of it, and would stick it down my dog's throat. Oh, I miss my granny. She was amazing. And of course, she had all these remedies. So, hello, Broken Branch. How you doing? Hey, Jennifer. Thank you all for coming in. Appreciate everybody being here. So, yeah, warm it up. There's been times where she would have me get some of that Vicks and put it in a pot of water and get it boiling and then put my head over it with a towel over all of it so I can breathe it in. Vicks is like hammer, duct tape. Yeah, she was so funny. He just died laughing. And he couldn't stand the smell of it. That was the funny part. But I'll tell you what, my granny was 96 when she passed. She never left her house without putting a little Vicks salve under her nose and on her lips because any germs that was in the air, she was going to kill them before she breathed them in, she said. She was hardly ever sick. It was crazy. Oh, how exciting, Cheryl. A 1957 Morris Minor convertible. That is awesome. Oh, what a fun drive that'll be. Oh, Patty, 93 in November. My ex-husband, his aunt, his great aunt, his mother's aunt, she lived to be 110. And she had just turned 110. Me and Austin went over to see her that day. And she was eating a hamburger, y'all. That's what she wanted for her birthday, was a hamburger. She was eating on her hamburger. So some people just got it. They got good genes in them. But 110, yes. Yep. We thought Aunt Maggie would live forever. But anyways, well, guys, we're going to talk today about Sebastian. And, I've told y'all before, I get sent lots of things. And something interesting we received today, I think it was last night, or early this morning, but I went over it a while ago and I'm like, oh, these are new things that we haven't heard yet, or I have not heard. So I'm going to share it all with you today. And we're going to go over this tomorrow. Our plan, I'm not sure what's happening service wise with grandma. So I'll have to kind of adjust to that, but we'll go over Texas Roadhouse tomorrow. And so today I'm going to read to you real quick some things found off of Facebook that was shared with me. This was February 27th, 2024. There is a person on Facebook who had made a post, but there's some interesting comments here. And one in particular, the first comment says, I've been torn up thinking about his sweet face. I've checked Facebook so often for a positive update. My thoughts are with his parents. Now, the next one is from Britta Nicole. And this is very interesting, guys, because she says, my sweet buddy, we chatted in the mornings and he was never afraid to say what he felt. I thought that was very interesting. So he was very outspoken. it seems, when he was at school. And that was nice to hear. And it seems more and more as we learn things, school was a safe place for him. He could go there and relax, and he trusted the people around him. And so that was a very interesting comment. We chatted in the mornings, and he was never afraid to say what he felt. So from there, we're going to go to June 17th of 2024. Another Facebook post by the same lady, the Jill Ogden, and Britta Nicole says, those of us who saw him daily at school will never forget him. There is not a day that goes by I don't think of him and wonder and hope and pray. Someone knows something. And the person who started this post says, love you. I think of you every time I think of him. I can't imagine how you feel. And this Britta replies, I feel that someone knows something. I listen to days of interviews from all sorts of people. DCS, TBI, sheriff, etc. They used my conference room. Someone knows what happened to him. Someone knows where he is. That is what keeps playing in my mind day in and day out. Where is he? It makes zero sense. She makes another post or another comment that says, I feel that someone knows something. Oh, wait, sorry. That's the one she said. And then she follows it up and says, I love you too. It's crazy for me to think I talked to him like 48 hours before he was gone. Gone where? We don't know. But someone does. I feel certain, and this is capital letters, I feel certain in that after all I heard, saw, and know about him, this lady who talked to Sebastian daily, she knows someone knows where he is. And then, of course, on the same post, we have Melissa Nicole Proudfoot Svensson. We are still running billboards, dropping off flyers. We are still looking and in contact daily with LE, but because of the three-ring circus created by social media and the bio dad trying to profit off of this, I just can't go there. Why does she need to put that in there? Folks, do you remember the words that Steve Johnson said? We talked about this the last couple of days where he made the comment about Chris and Katie, never mentioning how worried they are about Sebastian. It's all about them. I hear that. I hear all of that right there. That wasn't about Sebastian. That was unnecessary. That was a dig to throw Seth under the bus. Oh, but wait. Hang tight, guys, because there's a whole lot more she had to say. She goes on to say, what I can tell you is that what we have learned from all of this that every 5 minutes, a child 5 to 17 is lured from online. Okay. Your brother told us he was not online, right? Somebody didn't get their stories correct there. Then she goes on to say 1 in every 9 cars on a Tennessee interstate involves sex trafficking. 1 in every 7 cars involves drugs, weapons, and Tennessee interstates. Because all major interstates, north, south, east, and west, connect in Tennessee, our numbers are higher than other states. 10 years ago, that number was 1 out of 13 cars for either, but it's so bad that had to split them up. 2,300 people a day go missing and 40% are without a trace. 1 out of every 8 cameras that you think are real are fake, broken, or so old that the picture quality is outdated and pointless. We're hopeful that he is found, but she had to throw in a but. They have also told us that it's possible he may not. 1.3% each year are not. And it has taken 7 years before for people to resurface if they are hid by predators. I hope no one else has to deal with all this. Poor Melissa. Honey, if you're listening, may God bless you in the way you deserve. Because that's the most disgusting post I've ever heard in my life. No thank yous for the people who love Sebastian. No thank yous to the people who wanted to help find Sebastian. No thank you for anything. It was all just numbers and statistics and how people just don't get found. These people are so obvious, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So the lady with the post says, it's disgusting what social media has done with this and others. It makes me sick. JLR is pure evil. Every single day I wake up and hope he is found. Well, at least somebody has some hope because Melissa does not. You see, Sebastian's aunt, it's kind of like his mom and his stepdaddy over there. Nah, got to keep moving on. Keep living life, right? Let's put out the statistics so that we look intelligent, but you actually look like a ridiculous idiot. Let's just put out what we have to say and make an effort. Your effort has failed, Melissa. In my opinion, of course. And then the lady goes on to say, I'm so sorry you guys are still living in this nightmare. It's my opinion. They created it. I do not stand by what I do stand by what I said, though. I'm not seeing it, and I don't think enough coverage by media is being done. This isn't blame towards your family, so I hope you didn't see it as so. Sumner County has gone silent. I pray my kid is never missing if this is how it ends. Well, at least someone has enough sense to call it for what it is. And then someone at the bottom of it says, just because it's not being publicized doesn't mean things aren't happening. Law enforcement can't and won't put everything out to the public to maintain the integrity of the case. Totally 100% agree with him. They're not going to display all their cards. Understandable. Understandable. Well, here comes Melissa again to reply to the person who made the post. I didn't take it that way. I just wanted to let people know Sumner County Sheriff's Office may appear quiet, but I promise you they are not. There are things in play that the public doesn't know, and for good reasons. But I don't think people understand that sometimes going in, guns blazing, can do more harm for the victim. So is Melissa telling us Sebastian is a victim? Because her other post had nothing to do with Sebastian. Remember, she threw shade at social media. She threw shade at Seth and went into all the statistics. Had nothing to do with Sebastian or Sumner County. But here, I don't think people understand that sometimes going in guns blazing can do more harm for the victim. Sebastian is a victim. That's right. That's right, Melissa. Sebastian is a victim of your family, in my opinion. Let's see. Here's the person that Sebastian talked with every day that goes on in this same post, guys, June 17th of 2024. Britta Nicole says, it's just this feeling of, I know there has to be more, right? Frustration, sadness, anger, all of it. I'm telling y'all, and anyone that cares, this child did not walk away. Nope. Those were her words, guys. I'm telling y'all, and anyone that cares, this child did not walk away. The next comment says, I totally agree. I feel like authorities are failing him. I could be wrong. Britta goes back to say, I feel like so much has failed in this investigation. Yes. Having listened to so many interviews that first week, yes, he was failed and is continuing to be. She's calling it like she sees it, folks. Like what we see it. Sebastian has been failed over and over and over again. This person may have been, and this is speculation, she may have been Sebastian's safe person at that school that he felt comfortable to talk to and tell all the things that he has told. She may know things, and therefore she feels like she can say, I'm telling y'all, this child did not walk away. I wonder what she knows. And then the person who made the post to begin with replies to Britta saying, after I saw this interview with Nick Barris and Sumner County Sheriff Chief Craddock, I knew it was over. Folks, these are people that live there. These are people that know. Sebastian, know the family. This is in his hometown. And she states clearly, after I saw the interview with Nick Barris and Sumner County Chief Craddock, I knew it was over. That last time that we got any type of press conference whatsoever, we heard Seth say Nick Barris was the only person allowed to come in. TBI and Craddock made their statements, and Nick Barris was allowed to ask a few questions. And this person says, after seeing that interview, I knew it was over. How very sad. It goes on to, another person says, I've been torn up thinking about his sweet face. I keep checking for a positive out. Oh, no, this is where we started. Sorry, guys. Yep. So there you got it. People in that place, people that lived there, people that saw him at school, people know Sebastian. And they're telling us he's been failed by so many people. I'm wondering that too, Texas Plain Jane. She said, here, let me put this up here. If she is like some teachers I had back in the day, they kept classroom journals. Wonder if she is one of those that kept journals of their conversations. You know, my kids, when they were younger, there was one class where they all had a spiral, and throughout the year, they wrote about different topics the teacher would give for the day, and they could just write their thoughts and their opinions and stuff down in there. I've got spirals and spirals in my mother's cedar chest is where I put them. And the stories they would tell. Great, great memories, but I wonder if Sebastian had something like that. I don't know, guys. But that just breaks my heart when she says, I know he would never walk away. And Melissa's big long post here that doesn't plead with anybody that knows anything to come forward and tell what you know. She never asked for anyone to continue to put out flyers, continue to share his face. We have to find him. We are starting to get worried. This is taking too long. We need to find answers. None of those things were said. That is the most cold-hearted post I've ever read about a missing nephew of hers. Yeah, me and you. And it's absolutely ridiculous. We, her post starts with we, okay? We still running billboards, and we are still dropping off flyers. We are still looking and in contact daily with LE, but because of the online circus, social media, and the bio dad trying to profit off of this, Folks, this is a long post she wrote, and not one time is Sebastian's name put in there. Not one time has she asked for anyone to please come forward if you know something. Not one time has she said, we're going to have a search. If you would like to join us, we could use the help. Nothing pertaining to Sebastian. Just cover up stories about every 5 minutes, 1 in 9 cars, 1 in every 7 cars, 1 out of 13, 2,300 people a day, 40%, 1 of 8, 1.3% each year are not found, and has taken 7 years before people resurface. Stuff like that pisses me off. No, Detroit City. It was June 17th of 2024. And this was a Facebook post that was put out. And Melissa makes this whole thing, starts it out with we, all these we's, and then throws social media in the mix and takes a stab at Seth. Then goes on with statistics, but never once. All these other people are saying how brokenhearted they are, how they miss his smiling face. All these things are said about Sebastian that are so sweet and so kind, but his aunt never even mentions him. It's we. Social media, Seth, and then goes into statistics. It's gross. Oh, yeah, Sharon. I think everybody can agree that we all have the opinion that Mr. Edgar was home that day. Right, Rhonda? We, all the way home. It's gross. I couldn't believe it when I was reading through this. Here's a teacher of his that goes on and she says, it's just this feeling of, I know there has to be more, right? Frustration, sadness, anger, all of it. I'm telling y'all, this child did not walk away. She goes on to say she's listened to so many interviews that first week. Yes, he was failed and is continuing to be failed. This is the woman that says she misses, my sweet buddy. We chatted in the mornings and he was never afraid to say what he felt. You can feel that love. You can feel that kindness. You can feel it when people put things in here and they're stating, they failed him. This same person says, I feel that someone knows something. I listened to days of interviews from all sorts of people, DCS, TBI, sheriff, etc. They used my conference room. Someone knows what happened to him. Where is he? That is what keeps playing in my mind day in and day out. Where is he? It makes zero sense. These people have more compassion than his aunt, if you want to call her that. It was gross. Absolutely gross. Poor Sebastian. Poor Sebastian. It just breaks my heart. Breaks my heart. Now, guys, Millersville is within Sumner County. Yeah, she is a step. Millersville was part of the search area. They had their officers in departments and all the things looking and searching for Sebastian as well. And, you know, a lot of people talk about the threats that were happening to those who were searching. I found this to be interesting, and I'm going to share it with y'all. There's nothing, but it's just the recording of a call, a dispatch call. So let's take a listen to this, okay? And this is from Martinsville. Hang tight. Let me.
12 is on 2 unit. 6812. I'm sitting at beach. What do you got? Can you head toward 1008 Marcian Drive? 1008 Marcian Drive. Some of the search crews had a individual floor and all. Said 1008 Marcian Drive. Each pit forward 1008 Marcian Drive. It's going to be in Millersville. Campbell, I'll be en route. Charlie Adam Robert. Charlie Adam Edward. 6850. You want to head this way also? So.
Central County units, be advised Millersville is currently on scene. 1002 East Bobby Court. Currently going to be on the porch with an AR.
So, 61-0. 15-0.
10-4.
Central is he pointed at anybody?
Negative, sir.
I don't know if you could hear all that, but someone had an AR-15 pointed at searchers, is what it says. Let's keep listening.
Units, be advised it was Rob Coe that stated the searchers saw the man on the porch. 103 West Millersville is currently on scene and does not see any of that. He's going to be checking the area.
Yeah, Laura, I'm headed to Marcy and that's possibly the address they were talking about. Marcy and.
10-4.
Central, can you try to get clarification of the exact address, please? 12 to 50, where you're spawning from? Center Point. You cancel service. There's 3 Millersville on scene already. No. 68 Central, I'll be on scene.
10-4.
6812. 68 to 12. 68. The gate locked to the residence that the guy was supposedly out on the front porch with the AR. Permission to go over?
Guys, I'm just looking in chat. Guys, I have been worried about Bobby for some time now. And if anyone sees Bobby in chats anywhere else, please check on her for us and let us know. No, me and you asked if Craddock was on the scene. I said no. Yeah, I think she does, but she doesn't live with a really great person. And, you know, that has me a little concerned, but we have not seen her in several weeks. So let's add Bobby, our beautiful friend Bobby, to our prayer list, okay? God knows what's going on, and he will put a hedge of protection around her. So y'all, if you're out and about on the streets and you happen to see her, just check on her for us. If she doesn't want to come back in our chat or whatever, we got to respect that. But at the same time, let's all be on the lookout, okay? I have no clue, Jennifer. I just heard there was a mannequin somebody put there to keep the kids away from that area. No, not that Bobby. This is another Bobby. And she's been with us for a long time, and we just haven't seen her. So definitely let's keep our eyes on the lookout for her and other chats and things. We don't have an address or anything to do a welfare check. And I'll have to go back and look and see if I have her email as well. So this is searchers. There's 3 searchers on a 17-acre property that asked the owner if they could search. And when he turned around, they noticed he had a long gun behind his back. And they kind of took cover and called because there had been so many people that have had issues going to search for Sebastian. So let's finish listening to this call.
Card said he wasn't letting someone leave. That's been confirmed. 10-9. Card said the homeowner wasn't letting them leave. Is that been confirmed?
There's 3 on the property, and we don't know where the homeowner's at now. He may be in the house with the rifle, or he might be in the woods. We don't know.
12-50, we're making contact with our searchers now.
Can you repeat?
We are attempting contact with our searchers at this point.
10-4. I think 68 had some questions. 68 to 15.
Good.
We do have searchers. They're on the hillside, hunkered down, because they are fearful of coming out due to some words exchanged with the property owner.
12-68.
Go ahead.
Do you have anybody there with you?
I got Millersville here. The gate's locked to the property, and they're wanting to hold on.
So they got to the property and the gate's locked, but the searchers got on the property. And then they're not sure where the man ended up with the long gun. So they are very nervous. Jen, can you email me and give me your number? Girl, I am completely locked out of my Google number. I don't know how it's happened. I'm in the process of trying to get it all unlocked again. But I had it over there on that app and I can't find it. So I need you. So Jen and Georgia, if you would do that, I appreciate it. Yes, there was a lot of threats made towards searchers. And I had never heard this dispatch call. I know, right, TJ? Only me. That was around the time, remember, that everything on my backstage of my StreamYard got completely wiped out. And it was, I think, the exact same day that I logged myself out of my Google number. So if anybody has my Google number, email me so that I can have your number. Oh, yes. And me and you, as soon as I get it, I will for sure. I just got to get her number. Yeah. Jen's got my cell, but I don't have hers because it's locked up. So anyways, here we go. Let's finish listening. We're almost through with this.
Bypass the gate. Go in and get the searchers out. Make sure you get them back out.
10-4 direct. 68 Central. Will you log that I take my body cam off in order to put my other vest on, and I can't get it on my vest?
10-4.
That's where I'm going in to get out the searchers.
1268. In the house, see your patrol car at the gate.
It's on top of a hill up to my right. I'm making my way back to where the searchers are right now.
10-4, I was just making sure that the homeowner can see blue lights from where he's at.
Yeah, he can see my patrol car.
Blue lights or patrol car?
Millersville's got their blues on.
4, thank you.
68, 12. Searchers are out.
10-4, sir, thank you.
You're welcome.
6-4, director, sir.
10-4.
68 Central, run a registration New York.
Go ahead. $68. It's back not on file.
10 more. 68 Central.
68, go ahead.
I made contact with the homeowner. And that's what he said. They were here looking for the kid. He went back in the house. He said he never pointed the gun at him and never really showed it to him. He had it behind his back. And when he turned is when they thought he went inside.
10-4.
68 Central.
Go ahead.
I'm clear.
10-4.
So I thought that was an interesting perspective to show about the threats that, you know, some of the searchers were under. The man was on his back porch after he had given permission for them to search, and he had a long gun behind his back. It made them feel uncomfortable, and so therefore they called. This was within the county now in Millersville. And I thought that was a very, very interesting thing to listen to, because it just goes to show you people were on edge just searching for a 15-year-old boy. It's crazy. We've talked about how the Cajun Navy came out, the United Cajun Navy, and they said, we left because we received death threats. And I mean, come on already. All anybody is trying to do is find a young man that's missing. Got him, Michelle. I'll definitely look into it. And so it's crazy. Here's 3 people with and there's a whole nother video that goes along with that, where the person in charge shows up and they get out their big guns, and he stands behind a tree as the other officer goes to get those 3, which were actually firefighters that were doing a search that day. He gets them off the property. He watches really close, and there were cameras all around. And if that person inside gave permission, it's very unnerving to have him come back out and ask, well, why are y'all here? And it is stated in a post that the man came out in his shirt and his boxers on the back porch. They had gone from the front to the home and was looking at the back part of his property. And so Just goes to show you how difficult searching for Sebastian had become. It's absolutely insane. Now, I have a video that last night while I was trying to gather up a lot of stuff for the Texas Roadhouse, because we're going to watch it prior to them arriving, and all the activity and the people and things will be what we go over tomorrow, because I still have one other part I need to get ready. But I found this video and I was like, wow, okay, we need to go over and listen about this. And so the problem is I screen recorded it. I don't remember who put this video together. So before I play it, we're going to use fair use, all the things. I try to give people credit as much as I possibly can. And this is one time where I don't know who to give the credit to. So if y'all recall this that we're about to watch and remember who it is, please let me know so that I can put their link, into the description of this video in today's stream. But I apologize if you're watching and it happens to be your video and I didn't give you full credit. Soon as I find out, I will for sure, because they deserve credit. So with that being said, let me put our banner up, because there's lots of interesting things, and there's going to be some things that come across that we can't read very well. Don't worry, when we get through, I've got them ready to pull up for us. And so let's play just a tiny bit of music in the background. Just enough to add our little touch to it. Okay, somebody tell me, is that music too much? I just want it to go low. Somebody give me a thumbs up or down, up or down. Are we good? We're not good. Is anybody? Is it good? You hear nothing? Okay. Maybe it's low enough then. Here we go, guys. Like I said, it's a very good video, and I was trying to title it so I can make sure I can find it again, and all I put is good video. But we're going to listen to this, and it's got a lot of information from the very beginning. So here we go, guys. And I will stop it as we go through here. Okay, here we go.
Clothing, a flashlight,
Okay,
security video.
let's go back. We're going to go to the beginning
Clothing, a flashlight.
where it says, I gave the black sweatshirt and a knife that I found behind Worshams to Heather Cohen after police would not take it. Okay? This is kind of where we're at in our thought process with this whole video. Let's keep going.
Clothing, a flashlight, security video.
These are black pants. They look like
Okay, I'm going to pause out here. It says Terry Lynn. It was per Heather, the PI. They were not Sebastian's. talking about the pants she found. She also said they were found at Drakes Creek Park, and that was a lie. She seems to know more about them than I do, is what it says. Did you see that? We were told he gave them to the people in charge. They did not. They threw it out because it was nothing. The mattress pad, the knife, the things found behind Worshams. Things that were believed to have come from Katie's storage building was nothing. How is it nothing? Here we go.
Got in touch with the dog handler. Guess what? That ain't happening either, and that ain't even on my decision.
Yeah. Said whose decision was that? Because he seems to blame law enforcement for his decision in the email he sent shortly after this. Okay, I'm going to read this to you because I've got it to where we can read it really good. Let me see here. Let me get to it. It says, Seth and Associates, I have time to consider. I was hoping the bottom would go away, but it does say, I have had time to consider the dog handler matter and the other requests that you have mentioned as well. My answers are as follows. Number 1, the dog handler. If you wish to use a dog handler to search, that is fine. However, after talking to Ellie agencies and Katie, the dog handler and anyone else is being denied access to our house and property. Any form of permission to set foot on our property as well as any other family member's property is being denied as well. This is our official statement, and we ask that our wishes and privacy be respected at this time. Thank you for understanding. Guys, this was April 27th of 2024. Keep in mind, KK had already pled the 5th. Number 2, Tony Mathis. I am still looking into this and have no answer for you at this time. We have spoken to Mr. Mathis and are considering it with each other as well as LE. If you have any questions, let me know. And it is signed Chris and Katie. But that wasn't his decision, remember? Remember, Mr. Chris, we just heard you say that wasn't your decision. But here it says it is. And take note, folks, how he says our property, my property, as well as any other family's members' property is being denied as well. Whew. They just don't want to be looked into, do they? Let's listen some more. Okay, right here is a text, and at the top, it's hard to read, but it does say Bobby, and it looks as if that's a little symbol at the top. And it says, "Thank you so much. I just didn't know if you were having someone go back in there, or even if one of your own agents for you wanted to continue with me. I'm fine either way. My dogs are approachable. I just want to respect your scene in the family's house and do right by everyone." And the response is, "I appreciate it. You are good to go on our end."
Well, one of the reasons it took us a little bit longer to do some of these interviews, okay, this is before we started doing interviews and talking with the media, we were kind of advised to hold off, don't do that.
Here we go. They were told not to speak, right? Family members have thus far declined to speak publicly about the boy's disappearance, issuing a statement through TBI late Wednesday. Tennessee Amber Alert. Few leads in the search for missing Sumner County teen. Understandably, there is interest in hearing from friends and family to help provide a more of a personal context about Sebastian. However, we have been requested by the family to let local media know they are not in a position to speak or to be available to the media at this time, the TBI statement reads. Craddock said the family has been fully cooperative with law enforcement. Lies, lies, and more lies. They continue to lie for each other. TBI, Craddock, and Chris. Okay, so I wanted to share that with y'all. That was just a little something that I had found. Oh, hold on. Trying to get off of it. Thought that was very interesting because of the fact that we just heard Seth say law enforcement had told them not to talk. Katie and Chris are going to talk and asked Seth if we wanted to join them. And Seth is like, have they said we can? And once again, who's lying? TBI? Craddock? Mr. Chris? And law enforcement didn't feel the need to keep the pants, the mattress pad, the knife found at Worsham's, none of that stuff. And even Sebastian's teacher could tell something was not right. People were letting him down. They've let him down, folks, in more ways than we could ever imagine. They let him down. They're still letting him down. 19 months later, Guys, it's been over a year. And TBI puts out a statement just recently with nothing new to it. The same mumbo jumbo they told us before. They didn't even have his name right. I mean, his age right. And hey, Shay, hope you're doing well. And yet we're supposed to believe all these things that are told to us by the parents. How's that possible? How are we supposed to believe law enforcement at this point? They tell the father not to speak to media. Yet they put out this statement. We've been requested by the family to let local media know they are not in a position to speak or be available to the media at this time. The TBI statement reads. Who's lying? And why are they lying? Why would they disregard things that could possibly be of evidentiary value? Just like the 3 a.m. lights, they want to say is nothing. It holds no evidentiary value, but yet if they actually took that video and did what they were supposed to do, or let someone from another agency that knows what they're doing remove the layers, they would see exactly what was happening that night, because it's right in front of our eyes. Folks, it's so obvious Sebastian is being let down. His mother, his stepfather, and his stepfather's family. We heard Melissa's words a while ago. She didn't even say anything that had Sebastian's name attached to it. She started out by we. Look at us. This is what we're doing. We're the good family over here. But his father, let me tell you about him. Let me tell you about the circus on social media. There's only a circus because of all the lies that we've been told. They've created this circus. She goes on in this very long post, giving statistics out. And then makes the comment a little later in that same Facebook thread, going in guns blazing sometimes only hurts the victims. So is Sebastian a victim? Is that what you're trying to tell us? Because Katie's dad told us, we read it yesterday. He put it out in the very beginning. His grandson had been kidnapped. His daughter told us he had ran away. Her daddy is saying he's been kidnapped. It's plain as day to all of us. It's even plain to the teachers that knew him the best. Things aren't adding up. None of it makes any sense. This is out of character for anything that Sebastian would do. And yet, the people in charge continue to let him down. Folks, I'm telling you, after learning the process that you can take that 3 a.m. video and see things under the dark, the things that I've seen I've shared a few with y'all. There's so much more. There are so many people in one place in the middle of the night in the dark. And just a few short hours later, Sebastian turns up missing. How obvious can it be? Hey, Scotty Too Hottie, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. It is so obvious. And yet law enforcement sit patiently by. Yeah, he wasn't kidnapped. He didn't run away. Even his teacher said, Sebastian wouldn't run away. No, something's not right. For those who knew him and loved him knows Sebastian wouldn't do this. Kiki's True Crime continues to cover Sebastian. You know, I mean, there's only so much we can do these days because everybody is ghosting Sebastian. Just like they did that evidence that we just paid attention to. And whoever put that little video out, I apologize for not giving you all the credit that you did. Definitely, whoever did it deserves the credit. It's my bad. I did not label it when I screen recorded that. Yeah, Alicia said they switched it to try and make people start thinking that to get the eyes off of them. Exactly. His mother said that very morning. He's ran away, you know. He's not in his bed. I woke him up, but he wasn't there. He ran out that door. I don't know why he went out that door. Oh my goodness, Shay. Was that you, though, that did that? Was that your video? Like I said, I had screen recorded it, but I forgot to label it when I had it, and I couldn't remember who did it. Yeah. Oh, okay. I played a video just a little bit ago, but it was one I had screen recorded, and I didn't put and label it who put the video out. I just screen recorded a little bit of it, and I was going to play it, and I couldn't remember who to tag. So yes. If y'all haven't subbed up to What the Fuss, Daisy just dropped that link. We try once a week to just get away from the true crime and the drama and the hate that goes along with it all over here, and just have a safe place to hang out and chat and do not much of nothing. And so if you haven't joined us over there, check it out. Oh, look at here. I like this. Melissa missed the memo. If one in every 9 cars on a Tennessee interstate involves trafficking, and 1 in every 7 involves drug weapons, sounds to me like Melissa just threw Tennessee law enforcement under the bus. Of course, but she had to have a lot to say, but not about Sebastian. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. All that statistics, and then end up saying some people, it takes 7 years before they come back. But never one time in any of her posts did she ever say, please continue to help looking for our family. Steve Johnson, I keep going back to it, but he said it the best. The best words to ever describe Katie, Chris, and his family are the fact that all we hear is about how they are feeling and what they're doing. There's no concern with the fact that Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers left his home with no shoes, had no coat on, and it dropped to freezing temperatures. He's been out there somewhere, but they don't talk about all what he might be feeling and what he might be going through. It's all about them. How KK is dealing with it, how online people are being mean to them, how the neighbors are getting frustrated, but never about how her son might be living in hell right now. But folks, I've said it before and I'll continue to say it. You don't worry. You don't go looking for, or you don't have concerns when you know exactly where they are. When you tell the truth, your story never changes. When you create a story, it gets all jumbled up, just like Sebastian's case has from his mother and his stepfather. It's plain as day here. The pieces to the puzzle are starting to fit better and better the more we listen to things, the more we look into stuff, because you see, nothing, not one piece to Sebastian's story has him running away from home. Even Chris McDonough himself, he works on the Cold Case Foundation, has been a detective for years and years and years, and worked these kinds of cases and stuff for many, many years. He himself said he don't think Sebastian ever made it out of that house. Not on his own. And yet, law enforcement seems to lie as much as the step-parents, family, and his wife does. It's all right here in front of us. People in that town, they know. His teacher that he spoke to every day at school, I have the impression that might have been his counselor, because she has a conference room type of thing. Maybe it was the principal or something. But that person speaks to Sebastian every day and said he never had a problem saying what he felt. Even she said something's not right. People have let him down. It's sad. So very sad. Guys, all we can do is just continue to keep pushing. Keep putting information out. Keep finding those little nuggets. And one day they're going to get tired of me emailing, and they're either going to end up blocking me, or they're going to finally say, hey, let's see what she's got to say, because the emails don't stop on my end. And it's not Sumner County, not dealing with a bunch of liars I want people who are going to take action. And it seems I have to go outside of the state of Tennessee. And I have no problem doing that. Tomorrow, guys. Oh, last on Queen Bee's the other night. I thought it, if that's what you're talking about, Shay. I really enjoyed how he said they went to that reptile convention because, you know, Sebastian loved reptiles, and he even made the statement that, you know, he had snakes and he had reptiles, and he's got geckos. I wonder how he has geckos now. That was very interesting. And of course, one of the panel persons on there talked about how boring it is for us to go back and watch things over again and listen to things that we've already heard. That's just so boring. As if spewing hate every day is not boring. Nah, it's a game to them. They're having fun with what they do, but it's not looking for missing children, that's for sure. So that's why it says we're going to be boring today. Yeah. He thinks we're supposed to believe that. Yeah. But, yeah. He has all his videos. Ugh. You know, somebody said something the other day to me about, oh my gosh, I just wish he never spoke again. And I'm like, oh, no, let him speak. The more they speak, the more we learn. If Sebastian had snakes and reptiles, but he's now got geckos, that's a very interesting statement. How does he know Sebastian has geckos now? And so, yeah, he said plural. He's got geckos. Oh, he is scared of some women. He's scared of me. I believe it. Integrity. Yeah, that doesn't run in that family. Oh my goodness. Well, tomorrow we're going to go over the Texas Roadhouse prior to Katie and Sebastian getting there. And then we want to look at a video from after they pull out of the parking space. So anyways, I hope y'all come back and join us tomorrow. I'm going to let y'all go. I'm going to see if I can do anything to help my daughter-in-law's family if they need anything done. So I need to get up and get out of here, check on them. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate y'all so much, guys. Oh, really? He takes them down? It's funny because, you know, they think when they end their video, if they take them down, nobody's going to have them. But there's always that one person that's already got it all downloaded. I know, right? It's obstruction of justice. Well, Essa, thank you for being so boring with us today. I thought y'all would enjoy that little dig there. Oh, I appreciate y'all so much, guys. Y'all have a good evening. Remember to keep Middle E in your prayers, in their whole family, because they are so sweet and precious. And my daughter-in-law's family as well, since she's lost her grandmother. We'll be back tomorrow. Keep a check out for the time, guys, because I don't know what all's happening due to grandma passing. So I'm going to be helping them as much as I possibly can, but I'll be back tomorrow for sure. Okay, guys? And until next time, and don't forget, if y'all see Bobby out on the streets, our beautiful Bobby, check on her for us. Okay? And until tomorrow, love and hugs to each and every one of you. Y'all have a good night. Bye.